In 1766, the Society of Artists held their very first exhibition here in the City Assembly House in what was the first purpose-built, publicly accessible exhibition room in Ireland or Britain, or possibly in all over Europe.
The exhibitions demonstrated that there was an increasingly self-confident attitude about Irish art and sculpture, and were seen to be similar to what was happening anywhere else in the world. It was extremely fashionable.
We had this idea of having an exhibition that would bring together as many of works of art as we could find that were hung in the building during that period. We're overseeing the restoration of the Great Octagonal Exhibition Room, bringing it back to serve once again as one of Dublin's principal cultural hubs.
So it's a really exciting project to be involved in. We're essentially following in the footsteps of these pioneering group of artists. With the help of a number of different national institutions and private lenders, we're hoping to reassemble as many of the original exhibits as we can. So fortunately, lots of the original catalogues are still available, including this example from 1770 here at the National Library. Unfortunately, they're quite short on detail, so it's been a bit of a challenge sometimes tracing what exhibits actually were.
It's very basic. It just simply gives the name of the artist and a list of the works.
And often, as you'll see, it just says portrait of a gentleman, portrait of a lady. So part of the research for the exhibition has been trying to track down representative portraits from the right time by the right artists. So this is a portrait of John Bowes, Lord Chancellor of Ireland, by Alexander Pope, that we're hoping to borrow from you. Pope, we know, exhibited with the Society of Artists in 1777 and 1780, small portraits in crayons, and this dates from 1783. So probably not one of the portraits that he exhibited at the show, but fairly representative. So we're particularly excited to be able to display Henry Brooke's The Continents of Scipio, which has been in storage for many years, and to have tracked down Lady Margaret Butler's Diana by Robert Hunter, both of which were in the original exhibitions. I think looking through these catalogues, what you're really aware of is the really high calibre of artists that the Society attracted. You have people like Hugh Hamilton, Thomas Roberts, Jonathan Fisher, Matthew William Peters, Thomas Hickey. You know, it's a real who's who of the Dublin art scene at the time.
Yes.
This was a must-visit destination for people with an interest in the arts in Dublin. And for artists, it was a venue that was greatly desired to show their works in the annual exhibitions.
So the original hanging plan isn't available, but we do have evidence from the Royal Academy exhibitions in Somerset House, which give us a pretty clear indication of what the exhibitions would have looked like. So while we can't quite recreate the edge-to-edge hang that they would have had in the 18th century, we are aiming for a fairly kind of dense salon-style hang with lots and lots of paintings on each wall in the octagon.
It's so exciting to be part of bringing back these pictures to where they were first exhibited over 250 years ago.
So I hope that people will be really pleasantly surprised when they walk into the room, and it will be a real kind of wow moment when they see all the paintings together.
Now, in 2017, we're coming towards the end of the whole process. The restoration of the City Assembly House was brought about through the support of members of the Irish Georgian Society. And in doing so, we've brought back to life one of Dublin's most important 18th century buildings. And now with your support, holding the exhibition in the City Assembly House will provide the Irish Georgian Society with a unique opportunity to celebrate a seminal period in the cultural life of Georgian Dublin.